start? Where do we start? So let me just start off with saying I'm upset. Literally the one team that I hate the most, and I didn't want to win the World Cup the most, of course, had to win. It was inevitable. Of course it was. So let's talk about that game. That game that, of course, I don't want to talk about, but because it's the World Cup, we must. I love this World Cup. But let's get into it. Argentina versus France. Argentina will win in the end. So let's start off with the stats. Argentina had 20 shots. France had 10. So France had, if you divided by 2 the amount of Argentina shots, Argentina had double the amount of shots as France. Then shots on target again. Argentina had double amount of them. 10-5. Possession was 54-46. So that was good. 635 to 532 in favor again of Argentina. And pass accuracy was 82-76. But although Argentina committed 26 fouls, while France only committed 19. So yeah, let's just talk about the game. Also, was just gonna be so sad to talk about, but okay. So the beginning penalty was given for Argentina. Messi converted it, and then Di Maria 13 minutes later scored another goal to make it 2-0. Big things. And then they killed most of the game again, as we saw in the stats. Argentina were dominating, but then France got a lifeline to get. Then they got a goal for a penalty. Kylian Mbappe scored a penalty, 2-1. Then and then just 1 minute later, an incredible volley kick from Kylian Mbappe. 1 minute later, he goes beast mode and scores 2 goals to put it 2-2. We go to overtime, of course. If you want to know actually a fun fact, I think it was like the last 4 World Cups they've gone to overtime. Think about it, because the last 4 out of 5 or something like that. Last World Cup was 4-1 to France. The one before that, Germany won overtime over Argentina. One before that, Spain won overtime against Netherlands. One before that, Italy won against France in overtime. And then one before that, I don't think actually the one before that went to penalty. I'm not sure, but I know Brazil won against Germany, but I don't think they won overtime. And in 98, again, they didn't. There was no overtime. France won that one over Brazil. But Messi scored in the 108th minute, 3 minutes after the second half of overtime began. Could this be it? Could Messi finally win the World Cup now that he's just 12 minutes left? Makes it 3-2. But a mistake from Gonzalo Montiel gives France another penalty. And Mbappe scored. Bottom left and middle, top left. Martinez almost got it, but Mbappe scored, and we were going to penalties. Now it's a sad time. First one, Messi. First one, Mbappe. Third penalty of the match. Who takes 3 penalties? Scores 1-0 for France. Messi then, very calm. I feel like this was the mistake, the biggest mistake of Lloris. Lloris definitely should have saved the Messi penalty. Scored 1-1. Then Kingsley Coman, the substitute, scores. Misses. My mistake. Misses. I think puts it wide. No, I think Martinez saved it. Martinez saved it. 1-1. Then Paulo Dybala, 2-1. Really good penalty there. Tchouaméni puts it wide. I don't know why he made Tchouaméni the third. He's a CDM. So, Paredes, really good penalty, but 3-1. Then Colomboani, again, another substitute, scores 3-2. Could France still be back in this? And the right back, Montiel, scores his scores. And Argentina win on penalties. And I guess literally the one team that I guess I've said so many times, and I already said this video, the one team that I just did not want to win. I mean, there is a few other teams like maybe Germany or like Spain maybe, and France. I didn't want France or Argentina there. I didn't want Argentina to win more than France. And of course, Argentina had to win. But what I will say, Argentina, you bottled it twice. That takes some big like bad playing, because you're winning 3-2-0. You bottled twice a penalty, and then they scored. And then again, you're 2 minutes left, you're leading 3-2, and you may concede another penalty, 2 penalties while they're leading. It could have been like 2-0 if they just laid back and played calm. But instead, they had to, just take fouls when they didn't need to in the penalty box. But you know what? Still, congrats to Messi. And I know that now because of this, it makes him the GOAT, like technically the GOAT. In my opinion, there's never any GOAT. Like, there's no GOAT. Like, you could say Messi's better, you could say Ronaldo's better at penalties. I mean by trophies. Yeah, Messi won the World Cup. Now he's won the World Cup while Ronaldo didn't. But just because he won the World Cup while Ronaldo didn't doesn't make him technically the GOAT. And also, I don't think there's any GOAT. But also, Mbappe played in that World Cup so well. I think has there been only 1-2 World Cup. Did Pele? See, the thing is, I'm not sure if Pele scored a hat trick. I think he scored a hat trick in the 1958 World Cup against Sweden in 1958. I'll have to check that out. But the last person to score a hat trick during the World Cup was in 1966, I think, by George Hirst. I think that's how you pronounce it. For England, when England won the World Cup that year. So the last person to do that was that. But I'm going to check now. Pele, 1958 World Cup final. Did he score a hat trick? Because then he'll be like, so yeah, he did score in that final. Did he score a hat trick though? Just go in there, the game. So yeah, Brazil won 5-2 that game. I can't see it so far. A fun fact actually for that game, the records, they made records for both the youngest and oldest goal scorers in that game. Pele 17 and this guy called Nils Liedholm in 35. So I'm just trying to find it. Pele 1950 World Cup final hat trick. I don't think he did. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, this guy, Jeff Hurst, was the only one. So Pele did not score a hat trick. I actually thought he did. The only player before that, though, was George Hurst to score a hat trick in the final against West Germany in 1966. The World Cup held in England. That was the only time it ever came home. At least in the World Cup. Maybe, I don't think in the Euros, though. The only time it ever came home for England was at home. So maybe they have to be at home to make it come home. it's kind of funny that the only time it has come home was when they were actually at home. So yeah, but like congrats to Argentina. I mean, but you still don't have more than Brazil. Yeah, so yeah, but congrats. The only other times they did was in 78 and 86, the Maradona years. Other than 82, Maradona didn't play. But it's a World Cup for a wrap. I'm sad. I don't want to think about this World Cup and bring on 2026. Here in the States, in Mexico and Canada, it's been an eventful World Cup. Who would have thought at the beginning, after Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia, that they would win the World Cup? Thanks for seeing me here today, guys. I'll see you guys next time. See ya.